to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn." Minions have spawned.
side. And junglers, despite Scorchio starting both games with like really high activity, as I say that though, the TP is coming in, Sharks is here, but so is Scorchio. The TP has been used. They may try to go on the Fairy, but there's minions in the way. No heal available! Oh, nearly getting him taken down, but while all this is happening, Whiskers going to get himself nice and farmed up in this top side. Mid laners were trying to roam down, but a TP used and not really wasted, but at the same time not used as efficiently as one would have hoped.
Yeah, but they might be able to pick up this Infernal Drake if they do decide to, but they are quite low. But again, Peabody not able to use that Ignite. We saw how low Fairy went, and again, he's just not getting that summoner spell usage out of it, but it will of course mean that this Infernal Drake is going to go across.
This is dangerous.
Scorchio is hovering around here. Don't know if he's going to be able to get in there.
This is so dangerous.
Oh, she moved.
She moved. You're going to see them go on to it. First blood though goes over to Peabody. As all that was happening, Victor now in the mid lane. One more. There's the barrier. He's under a no mana. They both flash away. There's the Drake side though. Oh, hello. There comes the thing. There goes the flash. No one hitting anything. What is going on? It's like literally watching a load of kids throw their toys in their pram. It's just like, go there, take it. But nobody ends up going anywhere. Flash is burned. And I don't really know, but at the end of it all, Instinct take the dragon, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure they took the Infernal Drake though.
Yeah, they're taking the Drake. Well, Whiskers is going to have the top lane turret here for himself. So that's going to be a nice little bit of gold in his pocket. And it's also going to force on a lot further back into this lane. We'll have to see.
Fairy's just like, what was that? What?
Yeah.
What happened? But we are going to jump into a replay of that fight. A very strange one. I want to see how Peabody did it, because that was very, very odd. I did not expect that to happen considering what was set up.
I have a feeling he just kind of hovered around. Caitlyn had gone very low from the fight there, so probably just stuck around that little bit too long, tried to pick up that extra little bit of farm. But the interesting thing as well is, as actually here we go, we're going to see Ronano dodges out from the Victor's stun there, and it's just putting down so much damage. And this is what we're talking about. Once he hits level 6, it's going to be very, very close. The barrier does come in, and right as he runs out of mana as well. And you can see the pot saving his life there. Always pop your pots, kids, because Jesus, he went low on that one.
Let's be very careful with the words we're using, okay? I just want to say. But yeah, absolutely. It was actually Peabody soloing out the Caitlyn and the bot side. So cyclists really kind of getting caught out realistically more than anything else. And that is the beauty of having a Blanc on your team. You've got that early game. If you can find stuff like that, you will get it. So you see the Cinder. We're going to see actually a bit of a different build path for Whiskers. Actually going with the Roa this time around, so definitely a lot more of a offensive build than last time where he went off straight up with the Sunfire.
Yeah, I'm also not a big fan of the build that's coming out of the Caitlyn here with the Zeal pickup first. That could have very easily have been a BF sword. And I mean, it does provide you a lot more damage in lane. You're not going to be getting as much damage off in your team fights because you don't have that BF sword behind you. So, like Runing's first isn't the best build on Caitlyn.
Sneaky, sneaky. The turtle being taken. We've seen Instinct throw at this point. They have got their jungler just over the wall. And that's going to be Victor coming in. They should be able to pick this one up. No one really able to contest it on the side of Salt City Shakers. And that's going to be going over to Sion. But again, not a huge loss. It is a very good one for the 1v1, but at the same time, it's not the worst thing that can happen in the world. I'd be more concerned at the fact that an Infernal Drake went over to Instinct.
Yeah, exactly. But it is going to help them out that little bit in this one. Particularly when Sion has already lost his turret there. So we'll try and take any advantage that he can to try and get back into this one. As you can see, just a little bit of trade, but playing very aggressive here. Wants to try and make something happen, and Peabody looks like it might be his target.
Very difficult to land onto a LeBlanc or a Sivir because they have got the spell shield and the distortion. So, as I say, if your reactions are quick enough, if you can get the fingers going as fast as you possibly can, you are pretty damn sorted in that sense as well. So, let's see what the way they want to work it. Echo going to come back up. Whiskers picking up some nice farm for himself as Ronano getting some decent pressure in the mid lane, but they might be able to catch him out. There goes the Never Move as he jumps in on top of it, but they actually see now the Scorch Shield. There's the ultimate. The Chaos Storm goes down. No knock-up though. There it is. Sharks uses the less bounce. The barrier goes down. They're able to trade it. No, not quite. Beatrice trying her best to help out her master. They actually, if he had gotten Deathfire Switch, he might have been able to do something. Prayseeker misses. Has got the passive up though, so ends up being a nice kill there for the side of Instinct, and they seem to have reset after that last game.
Yeah, but Scorcho was putting out a huge amount of damage there. Might have been able to pick up one, but of course Sharks does have his passive up, so wouldn't have been able to get very much there. But yeah, that's a good turnaround, particularly when we were saying how Renano was struggling, but you can see it coming in here. Renano doing an awful lot of damage to I Am Forever, but we were talking about the Victor ultimate doing so much damage there, particularly when he's able to stay just on the edge. Ends up going down in the end, and see Scorcho trying his best to make something happen here, but just wasn't going to be enough. So it's going to be a kill going across to the Victor, and he's able to do an awful lot of burst damage. So that's the thing you want to try and do with the Swain, is try and burst him down before he can get the heals and the shields in. But
sitting on top of a ward, my friend. And the minions, I love that about the minions. They'll like aggro onto you, and it's just like, yeah, well, we know there's a ward here now. But I actually a bit of a rare mistake from Scorchio in the laning phase is that he just walked onto the gravity field. He didn't try tunnel past it. He didn't try and get some kind of like, you know, he had his flash. He didn't try to get anything going at all. As we see now, Sion going into this mid lane. Evermove going to land up, and oh, there it is. Sharks pick himself up a nice kill. Uses his flash though, which is a little bit unnecessary, but nonetheless they get pressure in this mid lane. But good move from Instinct there. They're starting like they did the first game.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I mean, it's good to see that Sharks is being more proactive as well. He's getting those ganks off, and he's doing it well this time as well. He has that 1-0-1, so he's having those pressure around the map. Is also able to stop Scorcho when he did go for that gank. So nice timing and nice read on the enemy jungler there.
Oh,
I am forever.
I am forever. Why would you even attempt to do that? Flashes as well. Scorchio picking that one up. Continuing his tradition of picking up kills for his team, but that could actually mean the mid tower goes down. That's a huge amount of pressure that the side of Instant Gaming will lose coming up to this coming dragon fight. But here we go, let's bounce. Sion comes in as well. There's damage there, but not enough realistically. Echo gonna fly off to the side there. They should be just fine, but they've already used ultimates. Dragon is now live. There's still a ward there, Peabody. There's two wards actually now that I look at it. So doubly making sure he's there.
And that's it. But yeah, with the Dragon live at the moment, it is only the Cloud Dragon, so it's not going to be a major contestant point. I think they will definitely look more towards this mid lane. With the tower down in top lane, you can also get that middle lane to push in both the waves. And suddenly this bot lane is looking very, very juicy, even when they're underneath their tower. You have the tanks there with the Echo and the Rek'Sai, and even the Swain as well becomes that pseudo tank. So could definitely see some action for them in the bot lane.
You see vision control over that Dragon Pick going over in favor of Salt City Shakers. They've definitely proven their mettle, and they are not to be underestimated. And that's going to be a Cloud Drake, so it's not the most contested one in the world. It only gives you extra 15 extra movement speed out of combat. It's not that bad, but the way I kind of always like kind of say it is that, like, you know, they take it so that we can get a better dragon. But it is the first one we have in the game, so let's see what they want to go for. We see a little bit of push from the side of Instinct. Maybe they want to go for a farm alarm, going to be popped out there from Scorchio as he goes to somewhere, but they are actually going to commit to this dragon and ward on it. I don't really know if they want to go for it though inside of Instinct, or maybe they do. This could be a big fight for no reason. Being popped in. Oh my god, here we go. They're going to back away. There is the TP coming out. Echo going in. Peabody gets another snipe off to the side. And now this is a massive ensuing fight. The dragon taking very low. It ends up going over to the side of Salt City Shakers. But there's just too much damage going down from the Victor and the Sivir combination. Everyone running away as fast as they can. No Fairy goes down and lives with the fairies now forever. And that is going to be... Again, we talked about this. Air Dragon is not the dragon you want to fight for and lose the game over. That was a really, really poor call from the side of Salt City Shakers.
Yeah, it looked like they might have been able to get it, but once they saw the other team there, they really should have backed away, particularly when Renano took so much damage. I mean, you have healing to a certain extent, but nowhere near that. As I Am Forever, you are in trouble, buddy.
He's in trouble, or is he? Sharks is around. They haven't got the chrono break. There's a flash away. Sharks forced the flash as well. Here we go. There to get the chrono chip. Nicely done. Whiskers picks himself up a kill. But while all that was happening, pushing down the bot lane. That's going to be a tower going over. They're first in the game for Instinct. And we'll see exactly how they go. I want to see Peabody. Here it is. I want to see how Peabody got this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the support who's going in, and it's just lands the combo. Cyclist not respecting the damage, and then
just bop.
And the swagger walk away, leave the clone as well.
Clone, there's your 25 gold, I'm done. It's the Ignite dubstep, you know? You just drop it and you walk away and everyone's just like, oh! But again, another turret going down, so they get their turret advantages back. It's actually, despite 4 kills in favor of Instinct, it's still it's still dead even in terms of gold, so there's no reason for Salt City Shakers to really feel like they're running out of here. They got the Cloud Drake, so they have extra movement speed outside of combat. That would be nice for, you know, running somewhere.
But I think this is the only game where we have to talk about the items on the support, so we can kind of go, she actually might have the damage to solo out anybody on the map. This is looking, with the needlessly large rod picked up already as well, she actually hurts quite a lot.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, like, support LeBlanc, you were saying, can work, and obviously if the solo out works, then great, you've done that. But it takes her so long to get items to stay relevant, and no Sightstone either, so vision-wise, they're still also very, very much limited. They only have the Tracker's Knife on the side of the Zac, so that's all they really have for spammability. You sweep the wards once you're done. You don't need to do anything else. So they need to catch people more than ever. As we see now on the hunt was Pop. As we see Mr. Ducky picking himself up a kill. This is going to be a fight ensuing. There comes the Elastic Slingshot. Only going to land on top of the Nautilus. They get the knock up from the wreck side. There's a double knock-up trip. Everyone just going down. They really need to go in. Echo up to the backside, trying to do something. Caitlyn is so far away. Dredstein Victor's the first one to fall after the fact as they flash in. There's so many low health bars as everyone is just falling right now on the side of Instinct. Can they actually get something off of this? There's still Mr. Ducky on the backside trying to do something. He's just smacking away, and that's going to be a 4 for 4. No, not quite. And that's going to be a 4 for 4, too tanky, but I honestly don't know how that fight even started, because it just seemed to all of a sudden hear Sivir screaming something on the side of it, and then everyone was dead.
Yeah, and we can get the replay here. It just seems to be Ronano in the wrong place at the wrong time, and just a collapse there, and with everyone else trying to follow in. But they're sitting on that Chaos Storm the entire time. It's not going to be helpful. And a nice knock up there comes across, and it's going to be just so much damage coming in so quickly, and there's nothing that they can do. The Caitlyn actually flashing in to get into range there, so she's doing an awful lot of damage. And Peabody coming in across the backside, trying to do his level best. But the thing was, when that fight all kicked off, Peabody was actually in the bot lane.
Oh, Peabody! Yeah. He totally juked him out. He made it flown off, and if he hadn't just killed that in front of him, he would have done it. Very unfortunate. But while this is all happening, more damage being put down. Peabody, you need to be careful, my friend. He gets knocked up. We do have Swain just sustaining up, the never move. Gonna go down. Nautilus coming in. Fairy trying his best. This may actually force a flash. They do. There's the dredge line, not gonna hit. We go up to the top side as we see the two tanks going at it. It's really actually gonna go constantly in favor of Whiskers if you leave a minion wave that large against you, Whiskers. And Mr. Ducky, you're not really gonna end up, killing him, but at the same time, you're not gonna die either. So he's in a very good spot right now.
Yeah, but he's forced them very low, which means he does have the back, so it's going to be free damage on the tower. Maybe opting to ult in back into the lane after he backs, but the fact he's able to put damage down means Whiskers can't really stick around very much, and it's going to be just chipping away at the turret again. And it's really not what you want when you're going to have these two squaring off against each other. The 4-0-3 Scion definitely coming in big.
Cyclist build right now is triggering me. IE is a multiplier of crit. It doesn't actually give you that great stats. It's great towards the end of the game, but it really, I don't know. Normally you see Runan's Hurricane into a BF sword, which usually kind of you depending on the situation you build off of from there. So I don't know. IE is very expensive, and it's after delaying his build quite a lot.
Yeah, and I don't understand, like, he started with the Zeal, so it looked like he was going to go for the Runans, and then he just kind of changed it completely, so it just kind of seems he's got it a little bit mixed up in his head.
A little bit. Not as gold efficient, so he's going to have to wait probably another 2,000 gold before he actually hits an item spike. It's a little bit unfortunate, but they may actually get this tower. There's no one on the side of Instinct around for here. Dragon going up in 13 seconds. Another cloud, so will we have the infamous triple cloud?
Possibly, and I mean, they'll make it across the map the whole 1 second quicker as well, so we'll have to see how this decides to play. But it's not going to have that big of an issue. But again, we're seeing the sneaky Baron coming out from Instinct gaming.
However, this time, Salt City Shakers have an idea something's going down. They have backed off immediately. It was good intentions from Instinct Gaming. They knew kind of what they needed to do. However, they're going to lose the bot turret and possibly a dragon and even possibly a mid turret if they're not careful, because that just delayed them a lot in terms of map movement.
Yeah. You can see that they're trying to make it happen, but no, it's not what you want to be doing right now, particularly when you haven't really cleared out the vision. It's only 21 minutes in. I mean, you still take an awful lot of damage, but oh, that's a good stun.
It's a good stun, but what are Instinct doing right now? They completely half committed to getting that top tower. While that was happening in the mid lane, the Swain and the Nautilus and the bottom lane as well, they're just pushing in these waves. They're going to be able to get this maybe, or at least nearly have it done, or prepped anyway, as we see everyone kind of go in for it. But that was just such an odd call from the side. As I say now, Member Move goes down, Dredgeline goes in, good gravity field, going to lock everybody up. You need to get the Swain out of there. He flashes away. They get people back eventually. Peabody did pop his passive, so again, but this is just pressure in Salt City Shakers' side, because that was such a weird call from Instinct.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the move to try and get the top lane turret, but when everyone is pushing in so aggressively, you need to try and defend. And going for the Baron in that case isn't the call, and it's actually going to be another dragon going over there, but it is going to be the Inferno next, so probably will see a few scraps around that.
Finally.
Exactly, but it's not a good call. Even if they don't lose the towers, you still lose huge amounts of gold and experience to the towers because they've been pushing in the waves so effectively. So even if you don't have a visible loss from that, there is that behind the scenes loss.
There is a little bit of experience, a little bit of gold, and that adds up to what is essentially a 900 gold lead, a little bit less actually, about 700. You got to be a little careful at these situations. However, as you see them pushing into that mid lane, there's a flash knocked up. Sorkio trying to go into it. They do get the tower. Gravity field goes down. Peabody trying to push them out. Is absolutely huge amount of damage from this LeBlanc support. Flashes away. Sorkio, hello. Distortion will be up in about 2 seconds. It's not going to work though, and it's a trade at a 1-for-1. But everyone might be starting to come towards this top side. There's a little bit of handbags. I honestly don't think they're going to be able to kill each other unless they're really committed to dying, because I feel like McDucky, or Mr. Ducky, has got this pretty much done, sorted. He shouldn't die, ever.
Yeah, particularly when he has the ultimate there as well. It's going to be very difficult for Whiskers to actually follow him through if he ever has to use it. But it is going to be just the standard. But I mean, it's going to be more pressure for SCS here, so we're going to have to see how far they can push, but we will have the replay here. It's just going to be a nice knock-up on time forever, just not respecting that, particularly with the follow-up coming through. But Peabody going big again in the bot lane. He does not like this Caitlyn since the very start of the game, and unfortunately Distortion just not up in time at all. See, he tries to juke just as the tunnel goes through, but wasn't able to make it, and it's going to go down.
I'd say he did have his Distortion just up as well, so he was probably like, if I go this way, not get knocked up over the wall, I'm totally safe. But unfortunate for Peabody. He does, as he said though, he's got a lot of items right now. He's got his updated Sightstone as well, so he's got that. At least he's got wards now. Going towards I've completely forgotten the name of the item. Luden's Echo. I kept thinking Essence Reaver, and I was like, that would be really bad. But again, they're scaling up, but they're not getting ahead despite the kills, which is a very worrying prospect for Instinct, because they're not as strong as they probably think they are.
Yeah, and this is the thing as well. Soul Shaker's team is actually going to scale better into the late game with the Swain and the Caitlyn. So the fact that they are, sure they're up in kills, but the fact that they're so even in because of the towers and everything is actually way better for Soul Shakers than it lets on.
Might see something going on now. A little bit of damage on Mr. Ducky. What they can do, because there's a lot of pressure. No real objective apart from Baron, but it's far, far too early to be thinking about that, especially if no one on the opposite team is dead. Let's see what they want to go for. Looks like the pressure at the moment is in favor of Instinct. They go in, they get the knockoff. Ronano gonna go in. Peabody finds his target, tries to jump in onto it again. Ethereal Train does get broken, but Swain is the first one to fall. They had no echo for that engage. Nicely noticed by Instinct, but they don't want to overextend as here comes Echo. He might have a lot of damage coming in. No! Cyclists get sniped off with the ricochet. And everyone on the side of Salt City Shakers is off on the retreat. Nicely done from the side of Instinct is they're not finished just yet. They're just going to knock on these turret doors, see if they can take down as much as they possibly can. There goes Sharks jumping in on top of everybody, maybe looking for something. It's going to be the Nautilus who falls first. Now it's going to be Sharks popping his passive. Peabody pushes himself back. Double kill for the victor. Peabody does eventually go down, but Echo is on the wrong side of this. He can't really do anything. And they're going to get a turret for their troubles, maybe even an inhibitor turret. Oh, never mind, Swain's back.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Peabody in every single one of these fights is able to jump directly onto the Caitlyn. So even though she has that runners up, she's not even able to get close to these fights to try and use it effectively. And we're going to see it now in this replay coming up here. We see Sharks jumps in, but is instantly followed by Peabody.
Cyclist.
Yeah,
Like,
Cyclist just gets deleted, and it's a support LeBlanc as well. Look, directly onto it, and it's not even. The Rek'Sai could have even knocked up the Peabody and tried to peel a little bit for Cyclist, but it's because it's the support. You're like, I don't know, she's not going to do anything. But it takes Cyclist out of these fights completely every single time, and then just a little bit of an overextension. Oh, well, what looked like an overextension, but it ends up paying out for
by
them.
a ricochet, unfortunately, and the fight goes on and on and on. But at the end of us, we have the result from that fight. But I just want to kind of say that, like, Peabody is literally making a beeline every single time. Like, we talked about it, how he's like, oh, I'm going to snipe this person. Oh, I'm going to snipe this person. And he's gotten to a stage where he can do that. I'm not quite sure what the goal from Salt City Shakers was when they went up that mid lane. You've already taken the second tier. You've already gotten the pressure down. There's no Dragon. There's no Rift Herald. Just back up. Get the lanes pushing.
You see, I think the idea was to push in the lane because they had a big wave at the top, but they're not going to be able to collect it if they're all dead, and it looks like they might be in a little bit of a scrappy situation again here as they're looking towards this Baron, trying to get that vision down and clear out some of the wards, but there's a huge pink line or pink ward line in there that they're not really going to be able to push past.
No, we do have the tremor sense from the Rex side. That's one thing that's very, very handy. Never move. I know how that works. You want to catch it on the Baron as well, so you get the double proc and you end up setting in a lot of damage, plus getting the magic debuff. You see, oh no, I am forever. You need to be so careful going into those bushes without vision, double stun, but there's just so much auto attack damage coming out from the Sivir. But that's just going to be 2 kills. Now Instinct have felt the need. They need to go in. They do get the shutdown, but it's a 2-for-1. Now the entire side of Instinct are going to be beside each other. They will pick up the Nautilus off on the side. Fairy is off with the fairies as he's completely off on his own. But while that all went down, they could get this, and honestly, they could probably turn for Baron.
Yeah, they definitely can, particularly with 20 seconds left on Echo, but it looks like they're going to try and just push in for this second tier turret as well. Peabody, the zoning support, because I don't think I'll ever get to say those words again. And it's just going to be Sharks tanking up this tower. There are a few minions there, so we leave them to it. But oh my god!
Ignite, ticking down. Oh, there it is. Peabody has found his target every single time, and I'm gonna hold my hands up high. I didn't believe it, okay? I didn't believe it was gonna be a good pick, but he's made it work. And I don't understand why Salt City Shakers didn't punish him earlier.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was so much they could have done in that early stages of the game, but once he picked up the 2 kills in the laning phase onto Cyclist, that was pretty much all she wrote for him, because it gave Peabody the gold that he needed to just do exactly what he's doing. And the thing is, it doesn't even matter if he doesn't get the kill every time. It's just a case of taking the AD carry out of the fight. The late game Caitlyn is going to be non-existent because she just can't stick around in these fights.
No, can't do it, but this might be a little bit of a fight coming in. The Infernal Drake will go down, and oh no! This is going to be an absolutely huge fight. I say it though, I said oh no, but nobody's gone down just yet. And now the cavalry's coming in for the side of Salt City Shaker. The Victor's down, as is the Swain. Mid laners are the first ones to fall. It's going to be Fairy, the next one to go down, and everyone just trying to go in. But Caitlyn is now in the fight, and they're just doing so much damage. Double kill for the Echo means they are able to put down so much more. There it is, Cyclist picking herself up. As she's not going to be a triple kill for the Echo. Swiggity, swooty, Sans coming for your booty, but it's not going to matter. And that is going to be huge. They can go for the Baron now.
Yeah, that's going to be an absolutely massive fight. You can see, once you can't
no,
get onto
Cyclist
the
Baron! Cyclist Baron! But let's have a look at this.
Yeah, and you can see Peabody isn't in this fight, and it's ended up being the knock-up. The Nevermore is very nice. Root Shark and Darkseid up in the back line, which just means that the Chaos Storm is in to rip apart all these members of SCS. It looks so bad in the beginning, but the thing is, look, that Darkseid goes very low, Sharks is very low, and Peabody uses his burst right now. So when Caitlyn enters this fight, There's no way for her to get burst down. A nice ultimate from Whiskers keeps him alive as well, and then it's all she wrote. Cyclist is able to quite happily sustain up with the Vampiric Scepter there as well, and that's how they're going to win these fights. If Peabody can't get onto the cape, then she can definitely get going.
These team fights are so close, dead even in gold. 500, 600 gold's not going to mean much to either of these teams. It looks, as you said, it looks so promising for Instinct Gaming at the start of that. They had a Rek'Sai who's not exceptionally tanky, running into the middle of them and not really doing a lot. But the fact that the Swain was able to stay just in the middle of everybody, and they just swapped focus for like 2 seconds. Oh, kill the Swain. Wait, we actually can't kill the Swain. He's healing off us far too much. It just ended up going very, very poorly. They only lost the Baron, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Only about 3.5 minute format. I'm not exactly sure exactly how long the buff is, but it's still not the worst thing in the world. They haven't got many turrets to be taken outside of their base, so see what they want to go for. It's all about what Salt City Shakers could do with this buff.
Yeah, and they'll have to do something, but I mean, we can kind of see that they do have that potential if they can get the right team fight. And it looks like they're just going to try and push in this top lane so that they can get some pressure on the mid lane. But this did cause problems for them the last time. It's a lot of vision, an awful lot of vision that they don't have, which is perfect for the Zac, who wants to get these weird engages from angles you don't expect. But with him battling against Whiskers in the top lane, they'll be quite happy to push on into this inhib turret.
Yeah, they should be, because there's no way they can really get flanked onto this. Gravity field goes down. As I say that though, Peabody flashes in, deletes Cyclist, and now the fight ensues as everyone on the side of Instinct wants to end it. Now they're looking to try and find a flash engage there from the Sivir on the backside, means that Swain and her go in. She does pick up that kill off of it though, does go down. There's the gravity field, going to try to slow down the Echo. They're still looking for kills. It ends up being a 2 for 1, 2 for 2. Not quite sure what else is going to happen. The Victor's still part of this fight. Rek'Sai goes down, Nautilus goes down, Echo is 3v1ing. There's the gravity field, not going to be able to do a lot though. I don't think they're going to catch the Echo. Ends up being a 2 for 4 in favor of Instinct, and they just get rid of that Baron advantage.
Yeah, it was that beautiful flank from Mr. Ducky to come in straight from the side and gets onto the Cyclist. He had his flash available as well, just wasn't expecting the Scion to come in. We're going to have the replay coming up now, and you can see just coming in through that base gate on the right-hand side.
See how close
straight
Sivir
onto
was.
Cyclist. Look at that damage, and it's just deleted. I can see just the Nevermore seals them up for that little bit, but Renano, you're not going to get away with the Sivir there.
He nearly did, to be perfectly honest. He actually just kept saying Beatrice finishes him off. That was a very, very close fight. Ends up being trading a little bit more evenly, but still in favor of Instinct Gaming. 2 dragons each apiece, but 2 a little bit more useful than the other 2. So I feel like Salt City Shakers feel like the RNG gods are not in their favor at the moment. But it's still very, very close. That only gives the side of Instinct about a 1,500 gold lead. Let's see what they could do for it.
An important thing to know for the next few fights, just barely making out of that, is that Swain has now completed his Zhonya's, so he'll be quite happy now to just sit in the middle of these team fights and just be invulnerable, but he's going to be healing all that up, and he's going to be dealing all that damage as well. It doesn't really make a difference to him whether he's golden or not, and that's really big, particularly when you can see how quickly he's going down in these team fights. That little bit of sustainability will definitely help.
I really feel like Salt City Shakers are really missing a trick right now. They only have the Locket in terms of magic resist. That is it, and the Hextech Shrinker. That is it for their entire team. You're against a Zac, Victor, and a full AP LeBlanc support. You need far more magic resist than just the Locket, and we can see them paying the price for it as well, because they're really kind of going for it. As everyone, this is what they want to do for it. It's a 5-man stack onto Mr. Ducky. Blocks the ultimate, and he might be going down. Everyone coming in. There we go. Everyone's just trying to get back off on top of it. He is now out of the fight. Peabody gets chunked out as well. So this is still in favor of Salt City Shakers. Swain getting chunked, but doing the chunking as well. Never move. Lands onto the Victor. They jump. He flashes away. There's a 3-man knockup now. People are starting to fall like dominoes. There's 1 kill. There's 2 kills. So 1 for 1, 2 for 1. There's the Let's Bounce as Sharks joins the fray. Echo goes down. It ends up being a 3 for 1, and I think it's going to be a clean ace if they're not careful. Peabody, he's looking for something. Sharks winds up, flashing away. No mana onto the Swain means that he is just pretty much dead meat, just about. Oh, nicely done. Barrier saving his life. 3 for 2 actually in the end of it. Instant Gaming coming out on top, but my god, these fights are close, and I'm really not able to keep screaming like this all day.
Yeah, the fight looked like it was going to go terribly for the Scion here, but nobody has any kind of pen on the SCS here, so it means that he's able to survive. Look how tanky he is, and the Sterox just keeping him alive a little bit longer, and it gives them enough time for the rest of the team to come in. And they've wasted so much trying to take down the Scion, it becomes an easy fight for the rest of the team. Ronano going forward here underneath the tower, but a nice knock up there from Mr. Ducky, whose return means that then they're fighting underneath this tower. Look how low they are. Sharks come in with the Let's Bounce, and everybody is so low already, and they just end up going down in the end.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that fight went down, but Baron is up in 1:30. There's an Infernal up now. Triple Infernal is insane. 24% added AP and AD is massive. It's almost impossible to deal with, especially considering you have full AP support LeBlanc, who's now built a chain vest, because why not? But I'm actually really not convinced by this Swain pick this game. The Swain has been very lackluster for me. It could be a positioning thing. It could be the fact that the side of Instant Gaming are able to pick it off just that bit easier. It just hasn't done what it needs to do. And like you said, no penetration does no damage to Mr. Ducky.
And it's not even Mr. Ducky, it's also onto Sharks. Like, he is very, very tanky at this stage, so they need to try and pick it up. But of course, Caitlyn has had to opt for the Maul of Amorti. It's because of the amount of damage coming in from Peabody, and the Swain is just going down so quickly. He needs to try and get these stuff like this stuff like the Zonyas and that to try and keep himself alive. So it means that when it comes to these team fights, they're just staying up for way longer.
Yeah, they're absolutely staying much longer in these fights, and we saw like they burned so much on the Scion. We saw this actually in the first game as well. They tried to do the exact same thing, and it just doesn't work out. You need to find someone who's just a hell of a lot squishier, so pretty much anybody except the top of the jungler, and you're fine. But as I say that though, Baron spawns, Peabody is not with them. So this actually might be a little bit of a dangerous. Turret goes down, so that's a good advantage there for Saucy Shakers as they try to turn on the Sharks. A lot of damage will bring him out of the fight. Sivir is by herself, good zoning gravity field. They force the flash away from Sharks though. Baron and Dragon are still alive. Peabody is not the person to be dealing with Echo right now.
Exactly. It doesn't make a difference whether Whisker stays here or not, because the thing is, he can either push onto the tower and have Peabody trying to soak up all this farm, or he can TP into the Baron pit. So automatically you're either getting the inhib in the bottom lane, or you're getting a 5v4. But it looks like, yeah, they're going towards the Zelda Dragon. Their vision already cleared out. There's no way that these guys are going to get in. They're not even prepared for it whatsoever, and this is going to melt so quickly. It is going to be the victor who arrives first, but I don't think you're going to be able to do very much, but except maybe help Leash a little bit.
Zac is nowhere near this, but they don't know that. Here comes the Scion ult. He ends up popping in front of the Elder Drake. It is still aggro. He's going to maintain the aggro onto it. Now it resets. So both sides going for their own objective, both sides backing off immediately as soon as they realize they've been found out. You said that it was actually going to go quickly, but I actually feel like it's the opposite. Without any penetration on any of your carries, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Flat damage will not take these objectives quickly at all. There's no Mountain Drakes on anybody, so it's just going to be a huge fight of who commits to the objective more and who makes the bigger mistake. No, they do catch one person out. It's going to be the victor dropping down, but the fight ensues as everyone is jumping in. Cyclist gets caught out. He's got sustain though. He can stay alive for a little bit longer. There's Never Move. They will be able to take out Sharks. It's a 2-for-1 at the moment. Sharks trying to get away as best he can. Mr. Ducky just running away, and oh, there it is. The Echo picking him up. It's a 3-for-1. SCS can actually go for inhibitors right now. They need to push up waves.
Yeah, and that's what
Flash! Flash! Hook! No! Damage though! There's just not enough damage! I want everyone to know he had his passive and he wouldn't have died. So, as much as I love the excitement...
Way to ruin the story.
I know, I ruined it for everybody. But while that was all happening, they do push in the bot lane. There's no wave clear with a Zac and a Scion. They can just push up into this wave. They are actually going to need minions though, because they're still going to be super annoying as Sharks and Scion put down the last defense. Never Move goes down. Here we go. No mana on the Swain though. They're still being tanked up though by the Echo as everyone now tries to come in. This is a really bad situation for Salt City Gaming as Instinct respawn and take charge. 1 kill, 2 kills most likely coming in. There's just no escape, Whiskers. I'm sorry. There's the second kill. There's the third. Nautilus saying, hey, oh, sorry, bro. Didn't mean to insult you. And that was just such a bad call. Triple kill for the victor. That is most certainly going to be Elder and Baron Instinct's game to lose.
Yeah, that was a really bad call. Ronano is the only person with damage, and he's the person with no mana. You are already struggling in these fights to take down the 2 tanky members. So how about we tower dive them? That makes no sense. You're going to be taking huge amounts of damage from the
right there.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. But even if you decide to dive them, you're going to take the aggro anyway, and it just ends up costing. Ducky and Sharks are not going to go down to your 2 tanks. It's just not going to be a thing. And it's actually the tower that does the most damage in that team fight. And with the Elder Drake going across, there's still a couple of seconds left, and everyone else may not opt for the Baron, but could definitely pick a fight around that area, which could secure this.
Yeah, you only have a minute and a half with the Elder Drake, so you need to make very quick work with it. It is an exceptionally powerful ball. You get any team fight. If you lose it, you just played it poorly. But let's have a look at what happened.
So yeah, you can see here, Ronano has no mana whatsoever going into this fight. So Scorcho tries to tank it up, but look how much damage he takes so quickly from that. He's already almost down to half health. And with Sharks coming in as well, Whiskers is trying to tank this up, but again, you can see how quickly this tower is doing the damage to him. It has the penetration, and it's going to be doing massive amount. And it's also a case of they weren't looking at the respawn timer, so it's just enough time for everyone else to respawn and then clean up the rest of the fight.
Yeah, really, really poor decision making from Salt City Shakers. We talked about it a small bit, that this kind of situation where you're just kind of, you know, trying to win and you're trying to get back into a game, and mentality of the crowd screaming with you, crowd screaming against you, you gotta be so. Who built a ZZ Rod? God damn, this isn't JG. We don't do this here, okay?
At least it's only one this time.
Well, for now. But, like, I'm actually going to call out a little bit onto Scorchio, because his build is so selfish right now. He is supposed to be a frontline tank. He has no armor whatsoever. He's gone Black Cleaver, going into a Titanic Hydra. That's not what you want. You want to be building into, you know, more tanky stats so you can tank up the front line. You can stay in front of your carries and make sure they're staying there. So very, very greedy fight there, or not greedy fight, but a greedy build path for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. He has the Aegis, but that's not a huge amount of magic resistance, particularly for the amount of damage that's coming through. But here we go, we're kicking off again for this one.
Here we go, the Pain Train jumps into the Nautilus. They're going to try and get him out, but he is just pretty much dead on the spot. It's actually going to be the Ignite. The true damage doesn't get blocked. Swain goes down, and 2 people down. They just about lose the Dragon buff just before that fight, and this is pretty much a fight for Instinct. They need to take these inhibitors.
Yeah, and with the creep line just about to make its way up, there is no problem with them diving this as well. SCS, you do not want to stick around here. The trap line trying to go down, but here comes the dive.
Here we go. Sharks jumps in, tanks up the turret. Peabody finds his target, knocks him out of the fight, but it's his ultimate going out for the Cyclist as he tries to go in. Great gravity field. Sharks is still tanking. Gonna able to back away, reset the aggro. That's gonna be 1 inhibitor turret going down. Do they stay for the inhibitor? I think they turn for Baron.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the call here, although they are kind of low. There's blinking health bars on both Sharks and Peabody, so maybe not want to stick around, particularly when your jungler is that low. And Rexa is up. He will be here if they do such, but it looks like they are going to opt for it. And there's so many wards on this. They know this is happening. Sharks, you are super low, buddy.
Oh, they're kind of thinking about it. They don't really want to go for it. The Baron is still procced. So they end up getting the Rift Scuttler and backing away. Smart call. If they had committed to that, I feel like they probably would have lost about 3 people.
But this is the thing, because they're backing up, actually, never mind that, we're going to go for the replay with the dive. You're going to see jumping straight into their Sharks, and a nice lock up in the backline by Whiskers means that they're actually able to get away from this. Scorcho should have gone down if there was any kind of damage coming from the backline. But he's just barely able to make it out, and they do end up getting the turret. But that was the point I wanted to make. With them having the back, they're going to Baron.
Sivir got caught. They haven't got everybody on the side of Instinct on this. This could be the final fight. They're trying to get Mr. Ducky. Everyone backing away. Echo's Chrono Break does go down. He's not quite able to get the stun off though onto anybody. Mr. Ducky is so tanking. Chaos Storm onto 5. Means they're just going to be ticking down the damage. Shark tries to let's bounce another party. Roneo is by himself. Train into your stop. Where's the passengers? Peabody putting down the damage to get Mr. Ducky a kill. The 2 carries are down. They'll turn to Baron. They'll turn to end the game.
Who would have known that a train could have stopped a cyclist? He hit that thing hard, and it's going to be the Baron. But yeah, Whiskers with the TP into the back. Nobody's back, and it's only Barry in the back line. Could this be it? This could be the play.
This is it. No! Oh! We hyped it up, but in the end, he ends up falling straight away in the blink of an eye. They will have Baron empowered recalls though, so he gets an inhibitor turret, but he delays the push. If you look at all the lanes, they're pushing against Instinct. They won't have as much time to push against these inhibitor turrets. My God, this is a close game.
This is so unbelievably close, so back
Hero.
and forth as
Whiskers
well.
made the right call. Very
definitely
much
the
a right
good call there. When they saw that big minion wave there, that was definitely where they wanted to go. But to be honest, I'm actually surprised that INT didn't go for the inhib themselves. They could have taken the inhib very quickly and then backed away to the Baron, got the double, but instead they end up focusing too hard onto the Baron objective, and they're going to shove it out quite quickly. But with Rek'Sai dead for the next 20 seconds, I don't think there's going to be very much they can take. Maybe just shove out this middle lane.
Yeah, and after this match, I think everyone here is going to be chanting Division 3 is the division for me, because this is just so close. And despite Instinct having so many more kills, like 38 to 22 is not LCS level, let's be perfectly frank here, but at the same time it's interesting and fun, but they're still not that far ahead. 6,000 gold at 48 minutes is nothing. It's not that big of a deal, but let's see how this fight went.
Yeah, you're going to see Ronaldo already in the front line, straight onto Darkseid, but a nice knock-up from Mr. Ducky. And this is exactly where Ducky wants to be, in the middle of this team fight. And he's able to get this going without even using his ultimate. So Darkseid goes very low in the back line, but here comes the Cavalry and a beautiful Chaos Storm there. That puts out so much damage. Rano in the end actually even goes down to this with the help of a little bit of a laser across there. And then the ultimate on the back line. But we got another fight.
We got another fight. You can't take 2 seconds to watch a replay. Sharks jumps in, gonna back away. There's the train. Bye-bye train. You missed your stop. And everyone goes gonna jump into Mr. Ducky, force the blast away, pops the Serap's gate. Now everyone's just trying to keep this turret alive. Baron buff, crouching down. Peabody! He goes in, but he goes down. Chaos Storm onto 3. There comes Shark. He's re-engaging the fight. They still got the Chaos Storm down. Peabody picks up a double kill. It's a 1-for-1. Supports are down. Shark still tanking. The turret is still healthy. Cyclist is untouched, and they are able to keep putting down the damage. Cyclist comes out big for his team. Oh my God, this is absolutely insane. Triple. Will it be the Quadra? Oh my God, this is going to be so huge. They need to get slow. They need to slow him. One more. Quadra
kill! Sharks is going to be the only one who survives that running home with the tail between his legs, but this is an open inhib in the bot lane, and they could definitely push onto this. Sharks is going to have to try and do something. They don't have the minion wave, but they are definitely going to be able to get this bottom lane inhib.
Oh my good God, what was that even fight about? Peabody tried to do it, but he just couldn't get the damage out. He has the item, he just wasn't able to get it, and we saw what happens when he's not able to get it. Sharks, I'm not quite sure that's where you want to be, because you're not really going to be able to do anything, and they might just turn on you. But yeah, so Peabody almost gets the damage down. That was Baron empowered, like that was with a full Baron empowered wave, and they still come out on top of it. They kept Cyclist alive. And look at those crits. He's doing 2,000 damage and auto attack. That is insane amounts. They need to kill Cyclist before anything can happen.
And that's the thing. He's picked up the Last Whisper now as well, which will be moving in probably towards a Lord Dominic's regard. But the difference that makes in the team fights, he's actually able to hurt these tanks.
Let's have a look.
And we're going to see it now. It's going to be Cyclist just poking away in the back line first, but straight off, it's going to be the knock up onto Sharks there, and he's going to get the re-engage. The ult goes wide from the sign here, which is the worst thing. And it just means that he's on the wrong side of this fight entirely. And if you want to look at it, like, there's nobody in the back line, so Cyclist is quite happy here. Peabody tries to go for it, but just barely doesn't get it. And it's enough that with the bloodthirst he's had, he's able to survive and heal himself even back up. And again, they're just tanking these turrets for so long because these guys are so tanky, and it's going to be just so much damage coming out from Cyclist. But here we go again.
Here we go. Death Rush. They're trying to jump on the Peabody. Now they got Mr. Ducky on the backside. Peabody is out of this fight. Victor is trying to come across the side. Great damage on the Victor, and this is again the Last Whipper doing so much. Sharks running over the wall there to try and protect his buddy. But my God, these things are good. Bot lane is pushing with super minions right now, so that is going to be a huge thing for the side of Instinct to speak about. And this is what we were talking. Like, I know we talked about it a couple of times, but LAN, you need to be able to finish off a game. This is now 100% even. It doesn't matter that the gold isn't even. Everyone's capping out at 6 items. One team fight, one mistake, one beautiful play ends the game.
Yeah, and I think that might be coming up very, very soon. Dragon is going to spawn in about 50 seconds, and neither team has vision around that area, so we're going to have to see if they can try and get in. Both guys, this could turn explosive if either team gets caught out around this objective.
Both teams trying to go for this dragon now. It will be a second Elder Drake, both sides with 2 dragons. Not so good for the side of Salt City Shakers. Here we go. There's going to be the train. Train goes in with Sharks. They just back away. Never move means they are going nowhere. And that is an engaged, thwarted. Salt City Shakers keep themselves alive. I feel like Instinct's getting desperate. There was no need for that engage.
Yeah, and with 15 seconds left on the Dragon, that's 2 ultimates down for them. This could be a big fight around
Bot
this Dragon.
wave's huge.
They do not want to get it. Yeah, this is the choice. Do we defend the base or do we take the Dragon? But with both inhibs down, they're probably going to lose the fight anyway.
ZZ Rot on the top side. Bot wave pushing in. This is all in favor of Salt City Shakers. They try to take out maybe a little bit more damage, but the indecision from Instinct means that they are going to have to back away. They need to go for the Elder Drake now. Keep Instinct out of your base. That's how you win the game.
Yeah, but they're going to have to try and make a call.
Here they go.
Really split decision at the moment. You can see Sivir back in the base, but it's going to be them on the Elder Drake.
There
Sharks,
we go.
can you do it? He
No vision.
doesn't have vision. It's going to be completely blind. The support is here to get some vision down. It's getting low.
4,000 health, coming up to it as you see now. Sharks, peekaboo, Echo on you. Here we go. It's a smite war. We're going to get it. Oh! Peabody, are you serious? Oh my god, but it doesn't matter as the fight ensues. We do see now lots of damage going down on top of them. It's everyone is going down. Sharks did go down in the end. Oh my god. Neither jungler smited.
That was... This LeBlanc support
Let's
is
have a look.
huge.
You
can see Sharks go in. It's actually a slightly early smite that comes in off both them. And it's going to be Peabody just comes in over the top and picks it up. My god, this is insane. And this is going to be the engage.
Oh my god, Salt City Shakers, what are you doing? There's 2 down. They have Elder Drake. Why would you be there? Scorchio trying his best, but no one was there. That's 3 people down. Those death timers are at over a minute. There's no way, like, they have to end. They have to end now.
And they have almost all of the guys that they want up. That's 3 dead. Both the mid lane and the AD carry down. There's no damage that's there. And with Mr. Ducky, they can very easily go in through this top lane. And that's exactly where Peabody is beelining for. But where's the rest of the team? Iron Forever, get your ass to
Make a
top lane.
decision. Instinct, make a decision. They're not making, this is the worst thing they could have possibly done, not making a decision, delays it. They get the respawns up. They're not going to be able to take anything from this.
Just poor calls. They are going to try and go for the Baron, but realistically, you could have just finished the game. And even then, why are you hovering around? There's no reason for this. You've got so many people
Super
dead.
minions knocking on the door. They can't even go for the Baron. Sharks is dealing with the super minions. What an absolute waste of time from Instinct. That was just so, it was hyped up for everything, but I'm actually so disappointed. Like, they could have done so much with that. Unfortunately for them, they sent the wrong person off to deal with it, the super minions, and they end up not getting everything. Everyone's back on the side of Salt City Shakers. They lost effectively nothing. They can set up for Baron. They're actually going to lose a red buff to the Rek'Sai, which is very, very dangerous if you're the Rek'Sai. So let's see what they want to go for. This could be the last explosive fight, but hey, with these teams, they might want to end.
Yeah, but the thing is, everyone in this game now has a full item, so there's no ounce of mispositioning that can happen because you're going to lose the game off it. If any of these carries get caught out, that is it. There's too much damage that you're going to lose out on, so they're going to have to be very, very careful.
Death
and
bush.
with the Sharks
Never mind.
pushing for that little bit, yeah, they get spotted on the blue ward, but they're going to have to be super careful in this one.
Like, it doesn't matter who wins this game to an extent because there's still another one.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a strange sensation to see everybody going so ham. And it's amazing to see, like, the fact that the first series of the game, considered the lower tier of the series, is such an amazing game to watch. And I love it as a play-by-play because it's just so interesting. Here we go. No, not the one you want to go for. Mr. Ducky is going to walk away from that pretty damn easily. But they might go for a push in this top side and just trade it off on the bot side. They might just trade inhibitors.
Yeah, it definitely might be. although with 2 in the top lane, that's going to be a much faster push. And yeah, they need to back away from this. Like, you need to back, not run there. You need to back away from this, guys. The Sivir does not want to be the one flanking because she's going to take a huge amount of damage.
Sharks is there. You do not. Yeah, Sivir walking forward, turned around, was like, "Where's that gone?" But they are going to try and start the Baron.
But they're going for the game end.
But
They're
this could
running
be a
towards the bot
base
lane.
race. Bot lane. This is actually such a bad call, though. They're going to immediately force their hand. They need to back away immediately from this. They're going to lose an inhibitor. Smart call from Salt City Taker. They have minions.
They're going for it.
This. They might have regret this decision, though. Cyclist gets jumped on. He gets chopped. And now there's the Chaos Storm onto 4.
They're down.
It's just chaos ensued as everyone's trying to go down. 2 people die. Don't think it's going to be much more help for you, Reneo. They should have got the inhibitor and backed away. Hey, Peabody, how you doing? Trying to fight. Oh, you find someone. That's going to be 3 for 1, an inhibitor, and then a TP up to the top side, so they may try to respond back. He's just trying to stop back, but Peabody, you need to be very careful, has got GA. They've got the exhaust on 1. There's the nice heal there coming up from the Sivir. They back them away. Peabody stays alive. Sion's pushing into that inhibitor. I honestly don't know how to call this game right now.
Yeah, but with Sion pushing into the top, they need to send more guys up there. It looks like they're actually going to go for the Baron instead. But, I mean, you've got the numbers. Go and fight for this finish. They're still dead for 40 seconds onto the Swain. You can definitely take this, but yeah, they're going to leave Mr. Ducky out in the cold here. He may be able to get this. He's so damn tanky, yeah. And it's going to be the Baron going across as well. So even especially with the passive, he's going to get this regardless. But where are you going, buddy?
No, no, go back. Go back, buddy, go back. God damn it. Here we go. Yeah.
Far more important.
Far more important, he picked up the cannon minion.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was actually, yeah, this just missed calls.
And the Z-Zero protecting it as well. Just, so, they get the Baron. They're 10,000 gold ahead. A 3rd Elder Drake is going to spawn.
Yeah.
This definitely is silver to gold.
Yeah.
But seriously, and this is what I was talking about just a little bit in the pre-game as well. An indecision is worse than no decision. A decision is better than no decision. You have to make a call. Keeping Sion there, sacrificing him, he gets his passive. You get the inhibitor, you get the pressure. There's no way that Salt City Shakers can press out if you have the Baron buff and you have super minions on the top side. It was just a poor call. They didn't want to lose anybody. They didn't want to risk anything.
But the thing is as well, the Sion had his ultimate there, so he's quite happy to get out of there. There wasn't really anyone who's going to stop him once he started that off. But it's just, again, poor calls. There's just too many split decisions, and they don't really want to commit towards anything. But with this push up the mid lane, they might be looking.
Confirmed instinct afraid of commitment. But again, like every single person on these teams are full build. No one's buying any more items. Everyone's capped out. Everyone's got elixirs. The next fight has to be it, right?
We said that last time.
We said it last time. Peabody needs to be careful. Sharks goes in with the let's bounce. Nice Sonya's there from the Swain, but there's a gravity field right on top of him. He might get chunked out. Gravity field. Justin goes to Chaos Storm. 2 people down. Victor picks himself up a double kill. Maybe a triple. Not quite. There it is. Triple kill for Instinct. And this is most certainly the clean ace coming in for Instinct. They take 1 person down. 1 more to go. Doesn't quite get the knockup, but whatever. It's a triple kill and a kill there for Mr. Ducky. They can finally take an inhibitor, finally look to try and end the game.
Yeah, with just Whiskers left alive, that is going to be it. There's absolutely no way he can stop this. He's going to try his best, but instantly knocked up. Going to go down as well, and that is going to be the game for Instinct Gaming.
You'd swear they won the entire thing, but it is a best of 3. Sorry, best of 5, not a best of 3. But yeah, fantastic win there for Instinct Gaming. Very rocky though, a 60+ minute game. But don't go anywhere, guys. We are going to be throwing out swag from Rioters. So if you want to get some swag, you're going to have to stick around. For guys at stream, we apologize, but me mostly be funny. But we're going to send a quick break. We're going to send actually up to the analyst deck very, very shortly. They're just over there. And we're going to be back to you guys very shortly with Game 4. Don't go anywhere. We're not going
we're
anywhere.
actually not
either.
going
No,
anywhere,
we're
yeah.
not going anywhere. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, there we go.